Did you know that one of the greatest warriors of the Mahabharata was born from a river's curse? Let's delve into the tragic, yet powerful story of Bhishma. In ancient times, there ruled a mighty king named Shantanu, the noble and just leader of Hastinapura, beloved by all his people. His life, however, was about to change forever. One fateful day, while walking by the sacred river Ganga, he saw a woman of such ethereal beauty and radiance that he fell instantly and deeply in love. This woman was no ordinary mortal. She was the goddess Ganga herself, manifest in human form. Overwhelmed by her divine presence, Shantanu approached her and, with a heart full of adoration, asked for her hand in marriage. Ganga agreed, but her acceptance came with a strict and mysterious condition. She looked into his eyes and said, "You must promise me this. No matter what I do, you must never question my actions. The day you break this promise, I will leave you forever." Blinded by love and desperate to make her his queen, Shantanu readily agreed, unaware of the heartbreaking trials that lay ahead. They were married in a grand ceremony, and the kingdom rejoiced. Soon, their happiness seemed complete when Ganga gave birth to their first child, a beautiful baby boy. But Shantanu's joy turned to absolute horror in an instant. The moment the child was born, Ganga calmly carried the newborn to the river and submerged him in its waters, drowning him without a word. Shantanu was paralyzed with shock and grief. A storm of questions raged within him, but he remembered his solemn vow. He bit his tongue, his heart shattering, and remained silent. This unimaginable tragedy repeated itself. A second child was born, and again, Ganga drowned the infant. Then a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh. Each time, Shantanu watched in silent agony as his own children were taken from him by their mother. Whispers spread throughout the kingdom, and the king's silent suffering was immense. But he held fast to his promise, not uttering a single word of protest. Finally, their eighth child was born. As Ganga once again prepared to walk towards the river with the newborn, Shantanu's resolve broke. He could not bear it any longer. He stood before her, his voice filled with anguish, and pleaded, "Stop. Have mercy. Why are you committing this terrible, inhuman act? Who are you?" With his words, the vow was broken. A sad, knowing look filled Ganga's eyes as she finally revealed the truth. "O king," she said softly, "these children were not ordinary mortals. They were the 8 Vaishas celestial beings who were cursed to be born on earth for a transgression. By returning them to the river, I was merely liberating their souls from the curse and sending them back to their celestial home. I was freeing them. But now, you have broken your promise. As I told you I would, I must now leave you," she continued. "However, this 8th son, who was cursed to live a long and arduous life on earth, must be spared. But since you have questioned me, I must take him with me to be raised and trained in the celestial realms." And with those words, the goddess Ganga vanished into the flowing waters of the river, taking their last remaining child with her, leaving a heartbroken Shantanu alone on the riverbank. Many years passed. Shantanu ruled his kingdom, but his heart was forever marked by the loss of his wife and sons. One day, as he was again by the river Ganga, a handsome and powerful young man emerged from the water. It was his 8th son. Now grown Ganga had returned him. The boy was a master of the scriptures, a peerless warrior, and a man of great wisdom, trained by the gods themselves. This was Mahabharata. This young man, Mahabharata, would later be known as Bhishma, the Terrible, for a vow so profound and self-sacrificing that it would alter the very course of history and set the stage for the epic war of the Mahabharata. And that is the story of how one of the most formidable characters in history was born out of a curse, a broken promise, and a river's divine will. Thank you so much for watching. If you were moved by this story, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned, because in our next video, we will explore the great vow of Bhishma and see how it sealed the fate of an entire dynasty. We'll see you then.